Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video I want to go over a subject which is actually quite interesting, or very interesting to most Gems of War players, and that is the RNG true RNG, or is it basically manipulated? Now, a lot of us feel that in some games, particularly Guild Wars, it just plays a little bit differently to other game types, like teams that work perfectly well in other game types just seem to go wrong or just fail completely in Guild Wars. So is this coincidence, or is there some truth behind it? Well, Horndog, who is in my guild, actually asked a very good AI this question, and the AI on websites now is very good. It can answer questions very accurately if it knows the answer. And the question asked was this: does Gems of War use true RNG? Now, the response I found very interesting indeed, if not a revelation, but kind of confirmed what most people seem to think. This is the response. Gems of War uses a pseudo-random number generator, in brackets PRNG, to determine the outcomes of various events in the game. PRNGs are algorithms that use mathematical formulas to generate sequences of numbers that appear to be random, but are actually deterministic and repeatable. This means that the outcomes of events in Gems of War are not truly random, but are instead based on a mathematical formula. However, it is worth noting that the PRNG used in Gems of War is designed to be unpredictable and to simulate randomness as closely as possible. The specific details of how the PRNG is implemented in the game are not publicly available, so it is difficult to say exactly how accurate it is. Nevertheless, the PRNG is designed to ensure fair gameplay and to prevent players from manipulating the game's outcomes through pattern recognition or other methods. Okay, so what do we make all about that? It'd be interesting to see what people say about this in the comments, because I've got quite a strong opinion on this. Right now, there's one thing in the game, which is because it's a game and it's based on colours dropping and the game can't be broken, can't get locked up, and things like that. So it has to be controlled to a degree. I get that. If it was just left to its own devices, we'd just have the most catastrophic games imaginable. It would be absolute chaos. So it does have to be controlled to a degree. The thing that bugs me is about certain manipulation of certain game types, which basically seem to decide whether you're going to win or lose or not sometimes. Already, almost before you started, you can almost see sometimes as a very experienced player that's played hundreds of thousands of battles whether you are destined to lose already or not, almost no matter what you do. So for me, there is one thing between controlling the game and using this PRNG to determine the outcome of various events. Okay, use that, but just to make sure the game doesn't get locked up. Not already decide if you're not going to get a mana surge at that time, and the AI is going to get that. The AI will get that devour. The AI will get that automatic death on one of your opponents. That death mark will come in guaranteed next turn. Things like that. That shouldn't happen. It should be genuine maths on that sort of thing. Death mark should be 10% per turn or whatever it is. It should be accurate. It shouldn't be manipulated. That sort of thing for me should remain truly left alone. Sure, use this PRNG to make sure the game doesn't get locked up, frozen, like mad things happening. But for me, the maths side of the things should remain untouched. And the reason is, like, I think of this game in a way as a maths simulator. One of my things I enjoy doing is problem solving. And when I come up against a good Guild Wars defense, for example, I class that as a problem I am trying to solve through various troops in the game. I take into account different things like a troop's abilities, percentage chances of certain things happening for the opposition and what I'm doing, and all things like that. And that's the enjoyment I get from it. So sometimes to think the whole game is bent based on a predetermined outcome is a little bit irritating, because sometimes no matter what you've decided to do, you are going to lose, or maybe even win sometimes. It may go both ways. It may decide the AI is going to lose that time. One thing I've really noticed in the game, and that is when new troops come along, particularly like one that gets an extra turn or a chance of a 4-match, like a King Gobtruffle or a Queen Beatrix, things like that, they work blindingly well at first. Give them the first few months and these things are reliable as anything. Let them settle into the game for a couple of years and suddenly they don't work as well. King Gobtruffle and Queen Beatrix, no matter what the team, do not repeat anywhere near like as they used to for me. I don't think I'm imagining it. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same, because it's a really interesting subject. I'm neither here nor there on it really, because you sort of know that some games are going to be fixed to a degree. It's just a little bit annoying for the players that do put in a lot of money towards this, because that is the real thing about it. Why should basically a maths simulator game where you're taking into account so many different things to try and get a win be decided because the game's already decided? If it was completely free to play sort of thing and things like that, there was no paid for elements, I could maybe understand it, but a lot of people pay a lot of money to play this game, so it should be completely fair in all ways. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comments, because I found it all rather interesting. But there's a video. If you enjoyed it, bash that like and subscribe button if you feel like it. It really does help. And catch you again next time. Bye for now.